actually there this time, and it's in one piece. So, I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Cody, you're fast.
Yeah, I took off fast, didn't I? Oh,
get through the.
once again, full house.
Yeah. I was gonna actually put them on Facebook, and then I
Brought all my friends with me today.
So busy, and I didn't.
Trust me, I've been banking them.
You said it, not us.
Hey, see how broad these shoulders are? I can handle it.
Yeah.
Baby stuff.
Good.
Yeah, we heard you lost a few friends. So last couple of weeks, you've lost a few friends.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys go ahead and check over the meeting minutes for last week, or last month, not last week.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Okay. Anybody second? I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Public comments. Okay.
Who made the motion? I'm sorry.
Carol.
Carol.
Then I second.
Okay.
No public comments. On to old business. We did receive the bid for the community crossings, and
We
they are
We did award the bid to DC Construction.
the cheap one.
Yes. The total. I just had that email up on my phone. Total awarded contract is $191,103.60.
Okay. And our match of that was
$47,776.
which is way cheaper than what we had. Because
Yes.
then we anticipate like 80
Yes.
originally. Okay.
So while we are talking about that, I would like to go ahead and decide where we are taking that match from tonight.
Okay.
Because I would like to do an additional appropriation for that to get that all moved around. So if you look at your fund report, you can see that motor vehicle highway is negative. Motor vehicle highway, I have learned through my audit that there were some things that I could pay through MVH restricted that I didn't realize I could pay. So I would like to pay, okay, MVH restricted is weird and I still don't really fully understand it. but the money, I have to put half of my gas tax in MVH restricted every month. And MVH restriction money has to go to the reconstruction, preservation, and maintenance of roads. So you can't use it for salaries or other things like that. Like basic stuff we need around town, like fuel, mosquito spray, like stuff we use it for. So MVH restricted has to go to road construction. So we can use it for our match. So we have $42,071.79 in there right now. I can also pay HWC out of there for their part of the community crossings stuff. And I currently have a $3,700 bill from them, and I really need to pay it out of there. So I would like to, I don't have any appropriations for MVH restricted, so we don't really appropriate it. It's just like a sub-fund of MVH, so I need to do an additional appropriation to spend it. So I need to do an additional appropriation to pay this invoice, but I would also like to use part of that money for our match.
Okay.
So my thoughts on matching were that money there can be used for a part of our match, and then if you go to fund number 4436, that's our C-Edit money. We have $60,000 there. That's also non-appropriated. We did use that in our very first community crossings project as part of our match as well. We also have local road and street money, 2202. We have 18,000 there. We can use some of that. So you guys tell me what you want to do.
On the MVH, why is that so negative?
Okay, so MVH is negative because,
They're not giving us the.
well, we need to get we haven't been getting our wheel tax money. That's
Okay.
part of the negativity. I don't think that all of that wheel tax money is going to bring it to the positive. I think that now that I understand MVH restricted a little bit more, I need to use it a little bit more.
Use it a little differently.
You use it, yeah, differently because I haven't known how to use it. And when Bailey's been here to audit, she gave me some guidance, and I have some paperwork over my desk. She printed out some stuff for me so I could better understand it. So, I mean, motor vehicle highway pays for, as part of the street superintendent's salary, pays for like all of the fuel. Water and sewer pay a little bit of the fuel for the vehicles too. It pays for half the trash service. It pays for like a lot of miscellaneous things, and it's just with half of that going into restricted all the time and us not getting our wheel tax in a timely fashion, it's kind of hit us.
Okay.
I did ask the auditor for wheel tax money again last week,
Yeah.
and Marianne messaged me back. She emailed me back and said that she was cutting me a check for 2 months, so I should be getting some of that here pretty quickly, because I haven't had any since last year. I haven't been paid out for any that wasn't 2022, so it's just a.
So do you need us to?
Why didn't you say, well, she cut me a check for $4? Because that's
Well.
what you owe me.
Well, that would be nice, but I don't know what their time frame of when they receive it is. So,
Because they didn't pay us all the way out through last year, did they?
what they did finally pay us out through
Okay.
last year. Now, when I talked to her on the phone, they gave me different numbers than the numbers I received. So I don't know.
Okay.
It makes me tired. But if your match is 47,776,
I will make a motion to approve taking from those two funds to do our match.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you were.
So we're going to take it from MVH restricted
MVH restricted and
and
4436.
4436. That's
Okay.
about 24,000 per fund. So
okay.
I think both of those funds can sustain that. So I'll just split it between those funds.
What else do we use 44 and 36 for?
Nothing.
Nothing.
We do not. It's not a part of our budget.
Oh.
That money can be used for pretty much anything, but you have to do an additional appropriation for it.
Do we
It's
want
just-
to use a higher amount out of that potentially?
Well, let me say this. is we will use that money, we will use edit money for our payment on the cars when we have to do that.
Okay.
Because that'll be, is it a twice a year payment, Kevin,
For what?
for the vehicles?
The ones that we've done for the fire department have always been, we set them up biannually.
Yeah,
We make a
so,
payment January and June or July.
yeah, so that's how we did the Explorer. The Explorer was purchased out of there. And so we
it was
paid
a one.
for
It was a one-time a year deal for 4
Yeah,
years.
it was like one time a year. So we will use that, but that's not going to be that much
Right.
of a payment. But we will use that money. But we get, if you look at your
Well,
monthly,
you're borrowing the money to pay them cars,
right?
so it'll go into that fund, I guess.
No, it'll
You're making a loan to.
right. I'll still have to make a loan payment.
Right, but I'm saying your edit money that you're talking about isn't the money you'll be using. It'll be the money you're borrowing. Because you're getting a 61.
Right, but I have
No,
to
we're
pay
talking
my
about
payment.
how we pay that. No.
I have to pay that payment.
Oh,
Yeah,
out
I'm
of that
talking
fund.
about. Yeah, I'm gonna pay that payment out of that fund. That's my plan from that. But if you look at your revenue, that fund gets $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
So it like stacks up pretty fast. But that's what, since I've been on the council, the things that we've used it for, since when I was a council member, we used it for community crossings match the first go round, and we use it for the police car. That's the only things I've really seen us use it for. So
Is there anything we cannot use it for?
maybe.
Okay.
Nothing for your utilities or anything like that. I believe it's something, any lawful government purpose. I don't know. I just read some language on it earlier today,
Yeah.
but I don't want to quote that. So, but we can split the match from there. So I just need somebody to make a motion, whatever you guys want.
I will make the motion to split the match between those two, the 4436 and the 2203.
I guess I'll second it.
We took care of the salary ordinance, everything last time,
Yeah, you have to
correct?
call for a vote.
Okay.
You have to say all in favor.
Okay, so all in favor of the salary ordinance
No,
change?
not the salary
Oh,
ordinance.
okay,
the
sorry.
match.
All in favor of the match split between the 2303 fund and fund 4436? Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, getting ahead of myself.
Salary ordinance is done. We don't have
Okay,
anything else.
perfect. Stormwater grant, we don't have anything really.
No,
On
no
that
update
anymore?
really on that.
Okay. Have we got any more information on the bridge replacement? And then Mike has,
Mike said that he talked to Randy Norman and that they were going to try to put that in this budget for 2024.
oh, that's nice.
So I've been a little busy. I haven't made it to a county council meeting with this, everything that's been going on in the office of the audit. So I will put on my calendar to make it up there and talk to him. So, but that's what he said, Randy. He
Meet on
talked to
Thursday.
Randy. What?
Thursday?
Meet on Thursday.
This, I know.
Yep.
This week?
What time?
Yeah, I have a dentist appointment this week.
9 a.m.
Yep. I actually looked
In
at
Rockville?
that.
The OC building still?
Annex. Yeah, emergent.
Yeah.
That's council.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't this week, but I will make the next one. Hopefully.
How long do their meetings usually last?
Half an hour.
Oh, okay.
They're not long.
That's funny.
Well, I'm sure no one goes. So it's one of those times. I have some old business, Cody.
Okay.
In regards to the .gov email addresses and the domain, I went back to the Indiana Office of Technology page, and I filled out their request form, which I thought I had already done this, but I apparently had not. And so they've approved our request for the domain townofrosedale.in.gov, and they've sent me the pricing for please see attached the workspace quote for your domain. You'll see that the quote has 4 line items showing 4 years of workspace. The 4-year commitment locks in your pricing for the full 4-year term without any price increases. However, you will only be invoiced annually. An invoice will be sent for the first year upon booking the order. The remaining years will be invoiced individually upon the expiration of the previous year. When ready to move forward, we send a purchase order, blah, blah, blah. So the first package available is the starter package, and it's like the enterprise starter. So I don't know which one is supposed to be.
I think we talked about the very first
Is it
one
the
being
starter
plenty.
one? Okay, so it's like 3 email addresses, and it's like $66 a year.
Yeah, because then we talked about getting you one,
Mm-hmm.
the fire and police one, and then the board one.
One of the council members having one.
Well, the fire department and the police department have to be split.
Right. Well, I had in my notes that we were asking for 3. So, were we asking for one for the fire department?
We had asked if we could get in on that, yes.
Okay. Well, I guess I can ask them if I can get 4. So
what's the next package up, dude?
So then the next package is like I don't know. It's like the same price. So, and then there's another one. No, this is a package this is just 1, 2, 3, 4 years. Okay. It's $66. It's
Okay.
and the extended price is $198 a year with I guess the webpage and all that, and some technical help. So
we either pay 66 or 200.
no, we pay. I think the extended price is $198. I think we pay $198.
That's why I said 200.
I know, but now if I have to up that,
So they don't have nothing like, if you go from 3, they don't have one that's like 8, and then one that's 12, and one that's...
I don't know. I don't remember what I put in, Kevin.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember if I just.
I mean, the fire department's willing to help
requested-
pay for it. I mean, we're
Well,
not asking
right,
for one free.
right, but I guess I just need to go back to my ticket and look. So, I had to create this ticket, I don't know.
It's been a while ago.
He sent me, no, I actually just created the ticket
Oh,
on
did
the 3rd. Because I thought I had already done this with Emily Davis, but apparently I had not. When I went back in there was a link. So, I have to pull the trigger on this by the 18th of April. So, I will go back in and I will look at the ticket again, and I'm just, once you guys approve, you guys will just
So for the
give me a little bit of
198
leeway on it.
So for the 198, we would get some technical help. For the 66, we would receive no help.
No, hold on a minute. It's $66 per email address.
Oh.
Because they're $5.50 per month. So each email address is $5.50 per month.
Oh, okay.
So for the whole year, for the 3 email addresses, it's $198. So
Right.
if you guys will just go to 264, say permission to enter into this agreement with the Indiana Office of Technology, be about
Let's say
$264 a month.
Right. Give yourself a little cushion.
Whatever. Well, it would still come out more. I
I'll go out on the
think.
limb and say the fire department can afford the $70 a year.
Okay, so we have to enter into a 4-year agreement. So
Okay. So fire department is going to take care of their. Okay, so then we really just need to take care of the 200.
Mhm.
So I'll make a motion to spend up to $250.
$264.
Well, he said that the fire department's
Oh,
going to
okay.
take care of theirs.
Okay.
So up to $250.
Yeah, but we'll have to pay. We'll have to write a check to you guys.
Okay,
probably
so
for the
Right.
building.
up to $300
Okay, great.
in funds for appropriation for the county domain emails and
Okay.
And that includes
Website.
the technical help.
Yes. Yes. The
I
starter package
definitely
it
think-
does.
Yeah, I'd be all on that technical help.
What'd you
And
say?
then
Up to 300.
up to 300.
Cody
Is
made
this-
a motion.
Is this gonna specify Rosedale, Indiana?
Rosedale,
Yeah, it's an in.gov
in.gov.
Okay.
website.
Yeah, they already gave me that. Capital TOWN of capital Rosedale.in.gov.
Okay, good.
So I've already been approved for that.
Then do you get to pick what's like town board at and town marshal?
I don't know yet, but I will find out.
I'm sure.
You're
I'm
not
sure we
doing just
will.
rosedale.in.gov?
What?
You're not just doing rosedale.in.gov?
They gave me town of Rosedale.in.gov. I do not recall putting that in there. I'm pretty sure that's what they gave me. That's what they said the approved domain is. So
Maybe they don't give you a choice.
Probably not.
You get to pick the front part, but that's
okay.
Okay.
So Cody made the motion.
Anyone in second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Carol second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all opposed? Okay, good.
Okay. So that was my old business.
The only other old business, cleanup day, have we made any movement on that?
It's April 22nd
Okay.
from 9 to 1.
I've reserved two 40-yard dumpsters from Republic.
4/22, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, perfect.
I would
Is
like
that
for
a
someone to
Saturday?
make a motion. Yes, it is. It's Earth Day too.
Okay.
Yes, Thursday.
The dumpsters this year are going to be $300 a piece.
Oh, nice.
For how big?
40 yard.
Okay.
There's
We're
supposed to be
getting how
40s.
many?
Two.
2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make a motion to spend the $600 on the dumpsters.
We talked about promotions, but I think that's enough.
Right.
$600 is a big promotion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right.
we're doing enough for the
I
community.
think
They
we
can-
are. And we do take donations that day too.
Yeah, we do.
We typically have some people that always donate, so
They bring something that's
yeah.
a little quirky.
All right, Cody, you're the first.
Anyone second that motion?
I'll second
Okay, all in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
it. Aye.
Okay, perfect. All opposed?
Okay.
Okay.
We did put that on the water bill that went out.
Okay. Well, and we can also make a Facebook post
We can.
for those in town.
No tires, correct?
No tires, paint,
No tires,
TVs,
No paint,
No
no
anything
TVs.
with
You can-
Freon.
We usually do a scrap trailer, so we always make money off scrap trailer too. So
So the scrap trailer will take TVs or just no
Nope.
TVs?
no TVs.
No
Yeah, it
TVs.
can't
They don't
be
want
like
no TV.
electronics, can't be paint, can't be tires, nothing with Freon in it. I mean, the scrap trailer could take some items with Freon, but it just depends on where they're taking it.
Goodwill says they'll take TVs for $15.
For how much?
15.
15?
Twice a year, the West Central Solid Waste District will accept TVs at the fairgrounds. I think it's $20
I think it's
per
22.
television.
When we first started cleanup day, Justin and I took an entire trailer load full of TVs and computer monitors to the Goodwill in Terre Haute. Like 40 of them.
Oh my.
And they were so kind. They were really nice. They didn't charge me for any of the monitors or anything.
They didn't. They
Not
just,
the computer monitors. They were like, no, those aren't really TVs. So it was was super nice.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get into e-scrap, so
ISU also does some e-waste stuff.
they're
but,
not doing any right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
You know,
That's-
Vigo County got a grant to take TVs
Did they?
and such a couple of months ago.
Yeah, there are some grants through the solid waste district too. They will work with you. And I don't know what state agency does a recycling grant too.
I think we need a TV up here,
I think so.
because I have one we could bring.
We need what?
A TV. There's nothing really wrong with it. I just wanted a new one.
I just don't want it in my house anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
We could hook it to the internet.
Okay.
Well, we talked about doing one for
Yeah, for-
Zoom meetings.
Right. We'll explore that.
Okay.
So the only other thing in old business would have been the mural. I'm still kind of looking at getting a grant. I have to have that grant in, I want to say by the middle of May. So I'm still kind of trying to find some pricing and seeing what that would cost us.
We have
Yeah.
a couple of, I know they're probably out of date, but we got from Becky.
Becky Hawk called through.
Yeah.
Found
A
some good
couple of
painting. We did. We had
prices.
some quotes from her. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's good.
We could, you can maybe use that as a
As
starting
a reference
point.
guide.
Okay.
Yeah, we did that for that. What grant did we apply for? That was a placemaking grant we applied for. Obviously, we didn't
It
get
was
it.
a
but-
lot more than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah. So,
And she's become really popular, so it's probably even more now.
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Plus, I imagine paint's gone up
Yeah.
because of everything else.
why wouldn't it?
Well, not only that, but that's a lot of these murals now. A lot of people or a lot of communities will even do like a day where you can come out and it's all marked up. You just get to like
Don't paint, okay.
throw red paint here, throw whatever.
Number
I-
paints.
Yeah, very literally, very that.
I don't know the art teacher, but have you talked to the art teacher?
I have not.
No, no. You know what? The kids really like the art teacher.
Oh,
That
that's a
might be a,
pleasant surprise.
Yeah, she might have some students that she would recommend that would like to do it. Help out. That sounds like a good idea.
I was going to reach out to someone's grandson that we all know, who works at the Swope.
Yeah, he might be able to find some painters there too.
does he paint?
Well, he has, yeah, he does a little bit of everything.
Okay, on to new business. Any new business?
I don't feel like I have any new business.
Well, this is going to be a quick meeting then, huh?
Not really.
What about Mike and his?
What?
What about Mike and his?
Oh, Mike needs an air compressor for the shop. It's just slightly out of his spending limit. So the air compressor went out. He's got one priced at Harbor Freight for $280. He said Menards and Rural King were too high. We don't have a Harbor Freight account, but I'm sure that they can at least allow us to buy tax exempt there. I'm sure they have some kind of an arrangement for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think fire department, I think we had one there.
Yeah. So, because I mean, we can use the town debit card. So he just needs an air compressor. He showed me what was wrong with it. Oh, I'm sorry. And he also needs a door.
a
The
door.
shop door, I could not even get it to stay closed today. He needs a door and a door frame. It is terrible. I was leaving and I was like, Cliff, I can't even get the door to stay shut. Why does it keep opening? He's like, oh, you got to do it just right. Well,
Yeah, you should have to do it just
apparently
right.
they
Yeah.
did not. So
Okay.
Oh,
Would
It
that
was
come
that.
under town hall maintenance?
I think so. That could come out of town hall money. So air compressor $280. I would say a door is probably $300. $300.
Yeah, I was
Three
gonna
on
say
steel
probably
door.
3 to 4.
Yeah.
Steel door would be good.
The
So
windows in it.
yeah, I would
It's
do a
probably
steel door.
time to have a new door. and-
Scratch it did
Yeah.
at Menards, maybe get
So-
for 200.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Mhm. So
Sounds good.
all right. So
Okay, so motion to approve Mike to purchase a door and frame as well as an air compressor for the shop.
I'll make the motion.
okay, your amount's probably gonna be just go $600 for both,
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Okay.
up to
Up to
$600. Barb is the first, and Becky is the second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Done.
Mike did get the mowers. He and Cliff have got the mowers running better,
Oh,
so
Yay.
that's positive.
I seen him zipping around today on it.
I don't think he really had anything else.
What about our sprinkler permits? Do they
Oh.
automatically go at a certain time, or?
So you accumulate in January, February, March. Sprinkler permits, we can take money for sprinkler permits at any time, and they will not apply until your June 1st bill for May usage.
Okay.
So someone actually asked me about filling a pool in April, and I told them they were welcome to fill that pool in April, but it would not. A sprinkler permit is not active in April,
Okay.
Amazing.
so they hit for
May.
May usage, the
May.
June 1st bill.
Good to
Yes.
know. I was gonna
So
power
and
wash
Andrea
my
and I,
house.
so
That's what I was thinking.
when I added the stormwater utility to Keystone, we now have, he activated something called other charges in Keystone for me. That money's never run through Key Utility before. We always just kept it to the side, and then when we had a certain amount, we would just deposit it. It goes into wastewater. But now, and I want to talk to Andrea about it tomorrow and see, we could actually do a line item for other charges, because occasionally someone does write it into their check and it kind of throws us off.
Mm-hmm.
So we could actually start running that through Keystone, and I think it would be a nice check and balance. Like, for
Yeah.
example, when Judy said last year, you know what I mean? So it could go in with their account. I think that would be nice. I
That
can
would
just
be great.
make that another charge. I actually just thought of that today. So,
That sounds very good, Natalie.
because with the other charge, we were able to do a reconnect fee and then like a non-sufficient funds, like a check fee,
Yeah.
and just tack that on. So that would appear, yes, on their account.
Oh,
Otherwise, we had to keep it separately before, and that was a free Keystone part. We just weren't using it. We just didn't
Yeah.
know we had it available. So,
good, good. Can we talk about the cemetery for a moment, about the garage?
oh, we can talk about it.
Okay.
No money.
Well, there says we have $2,000 for garage repair.
Mm-hmm. Because you guys were talking about needing a roof.
Right.
I don't think $2,000 puts a roof on it, but then Jay said it just needs a patch. So I don't know
Right.
what it needs.
Could we get some estimates and just see what we're gonna need? Now that I know about this, 4436 account,
Look out.
look out.
Wait a second. Are you trying to spend all my money? Yeah, you also have $1,000 in cemetery
Right.
garage supplies. Like you have, we use that for when you bought bushes and things like that too.
Mhm.
So we can get a quote on it. I mean,
Okay. Because it does look pretty bad, and the garage door probably could be replaced too.
oh, does it need? Oh,
The big one. It looks like it's sagging.
I've seen better days.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Get some,
And
get some numbers. The
Cliff
only money I
showed
don't
me.
want to spend right now is MVH.
okay. Okay. Well, I'll get some, and if we have to, we could maybe encumber it and then do it next spring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we waited this long.
Yeah, we can do that.
We might patch that hole and then go next spring on the whole
Yeah.
thing. So I think I could patch the hole right now. Just spray some stuff in there.
Okay, well, get up on a ladder and do it.
Yeah.
We'll let you.
It's
Free for labor.
just where we want it, it's on a ladder.
Yeah.
Barb and I hold the ladder for you.
There you go.
We
Right,
don't
Barb?
want,
They
we
will
don't
all
want,
three be out.
we don't want
Commission.
anyone on a ladder. Oh,
Okay, so guess we're on to departments. I've got water here. Looks like 92 penalties, 5 tags. I thought that said toss. I was like,
No.
5 toss? What's toss?
300.
0 shutoffs.
0 shots, yeah. We did
Um,
pretty
Yeah, anything else water department other than E. coli?
good. The E. coli tester went out at the wastewater plant. Pretty sure Rob has ordered that since I talked to you all about that.
Oh,
And he's ordered some of his yearly supplies.
Tester ordered.
But other than that, I haven't heard from anyone else with any issues or anything like that. So
Okay, sounds great. Street department, nothing else from Mike that we know of?
no. I think we still have some patch out here, and they've just kind of started mowing. And
I think Sinclair Street needs some work.
okay,
I'll put it on his list.
okay.
Over to Barb at the park.
well, and just what am I supposed to say about the park?
Last month you said it looks lovely.
Well, I'm hopefully it's
You know what?
getting mowed.
That's how I
this-
felt for about a year and a half.
I came by the park today, and there was at least 12 kids over there.
There was.
There were a lot
Yeah.
of
I did
kids
see
when
the
I drove
kids.
by.
I noticed the kids. But,
So, that's
so
what
what's
I-
the schedule on mowing it? Weekly?
Yes.
Semi-weekly? What?
Weekly. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, it still looks lovely.
I did see said sticks on roof over there that we heard about last week.
Oh, yes.
There are some sticks
There
on
are
the
some
roof.
sticks on the
and
roof.
Kids were throwing up there.
Yes.
Oh, the kids are throwing.
Yeah.
The tree didn't fall on it or
No,
anything.
no.
Okay. Yeah.
So the guys can go over there and get
Go
those,
there and beat those.
clean the gutters out probably. And
I'd rather beat their parents.
You can do that too.
Exactly.
I'm fine with that.
When I came down that street the other day, there were 2 little kids, and I mean, yeah, early elementary at best, on like little, I don't know, like hoverboards or something, going down the street,
They're flowing.
Oh,
Oh.
and I just stopped, and they just motioned me to go on.
Small town living.
That's right.
Their first
Hey, at
one.
least they didn't run out in front of you and you almost kill them.
Right.
That's the normal for.
Yeah, it was for a while. It's better now.
Oh yeah.
they look at you like, why are
We're
you
minus 4
bothering
children
us? We're playing.
that are
Yeah,
crazy.
why are you on my street?
Yeah,
Yes.
go the other way.
This is
Fire department. We'll go on.
Fire department. Okay, they had a total of 7 runs. 1 mutual aid with Nevins and Sealyville. 6 med runs, and they got the privilege of cutting down a tree in the storm on that Friday night when we had the on the county
Tree
line.
removal. My.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Mother's Day breakfast is the next breakfast, and then that's all, folks, until September. So you better eat hearty in May.
It's all the breakfast, yeah. August we'll have a
Did
shrimp
you
boil.
come?
I did not. I couldn't make it. I will try again.
How's your attendance been? I prepay.
March was pretty good for March, and Easter was good, but not for an Easter breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are getting burnout or what, or we're just
I think
losing
that didn't Rockville have a big Easter breakfast too somewhere?
I could have swore the last meeting, and I said it to him. I could have swore we said that they weren't doing one on Easter,
I
but
think we served with kids and all. Sunday was 360-ish, right in that neighborhood. So
how
that's
many
pretty
do you
good.
usually
Pretty
do?
good. That's pretty good breakfast. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. But
But Easter's usually bigger.
Easter and Mother's Day are usually closer to like right at 400.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
But some people do stuff at home too that day, or whatever.
Some what?
Some people do stuff at home that day with their families or whatever too.
Yeah. I wonder if some churches did.
That maybe it could be too. We were definitely busier earlier and it kind of strung out where a lot of times it's from 8:30 to 10 o'clock. We'll serve 300 people, but we'll serve 220 of them from 8:30 to 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, me and Mom were over working on the house, and I was like, "There's got to be a fireman's breakfast today." I swear that they just said there wasn't, but
we always have one
and
on Easter.
there's-
Doesn't,
we could
it
smell
doesn't matter
bacon,
when
so
Easter
it's like,
falls.
okay,
We always have one on Easter and Mother's Day.
Even if they're 2 weeks apart. Right?
Yeah, we've had 2 in March because Easter fell right at the end of March, and we've had 2 breakfasts in March before.
okay.
It's an odd if you would
Cemetery,
Not much news.
nothing
Well,
except for your.
nothing I want to talk about right now.
Oh, you mean you don't want to talk about your headstone?
No,
I heard you're a
Nope,
little bitter.
we're still investigating. I
Okay.
have enough. Don't have enough information to pass on yet. I feel like it's a private issue, and
Right.
we probably are going to have to get the attorney involved. Is what's going to happen.
Perhaps.
There's been, I will say, there has been, we have regulations in the cemetery on certain sections on how big a headstone is supposed to be, and suddenly one appeared that is too big, so we have to address it. So,
And the
No one
fight's
local
on.
put it up.
yeah, we have no idea how it got there.
Yeah,
Like
the
a
local,
ghost.
all of the local monument companies always call.
Yeah,
They always let us know they're going to be out
and
there.
I called the 3 that usually come here, and they had no record of it, so it's a mystery. It's not a
So-
mushroom-looking one, but it popped up like that overnight.
Okay.
But I'm looking into it. But we probably will have to get some legal counsel
Some guidance, yeah.
because, I know the family, but there's nobody to talk to about it.
Okay, so police. On here, you don't have any tickets, or like all these tickets, or
No, that's just
Okay.
our calls
So
we had.
zero
I
tickets.
tried to get my insight report today, and I usually get an email back from them, and I don't know what happened. I never got the
Okay.
email.
I
I don't
just
remember
was-
off the top of my head what we did last month.
Okay. Well, so don't know the tickets or warnings or arrest, but I do have 1 welfare check, 1 tree down, 1 property check, 1 information, 2 assisting other agencies, 1 animal complaint, and 9 traffic stops.
And then I got a couple things.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yep.
Because I was asked the question by someone else. Is there an ordinance that says there's a limit on how many dogs you can have?
I can say this. John McMullen and I researched that through the book at one point in time, and we didn't really find anything. We found. I'll see if I can find what he and I found
Okay.
and get back
Well,
to you.
I was just asked, and I'll go, well, I've never seen anything about that.
John and I spent a long time looking for something like that one day in regards to a house in town that has multiple dogs. And we didn't really, we found some stuff, but I don't know if we found anything specifically pertaining to that.
I just said I would ask.
Yeah.
And there, something about kennels though,
Well, I feel like there is something about a kennel.
Yeah.
So,
that after so many dogs it's considered a kennel maybe.
perhaps.
We'll have to,
Yeah, we'll have to look at it.
Yeah, I'd have to.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
So,
On to you.
Is there anything about parking in alleys?
Yeah, you can't block them.
can't block them.
Is he back gonna put his truck again?
No. No,
parked
he
that
had
over at the school.
rock hauled in and he parked.
Well, you ought to be able to get rock hauled in. He drives triaxle. My lord.
Okay.
Who do you call when you need rock hauled in?
I'm
Guy
just-
with triaxle.
Okay, I'm just saying there was rock put down and, yeah.
oh, that's good.
That's good.
Real quick, update on the vehicles. The Ford pickup, that lady emailed me back yesterday and said that the order is there, but she has no idea when it will be scheduled or when it will be built. But she gets updates every Friday, and we can check back. Basically, I'm just checking back with her right before the meeting so I can give you guys an update. So no idea when the pickup's going to be built. The Tahoe was supposed to be built this week. It got pushed back right now at least 2 weeks to the week of the 24th.
I believe is what she said.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was supposedly because of parts. So as soon as we get the deposit, which we think we have a test deposit, we're going to go ahead and approve the equipment for the Tahoe because they want paid within 30 days. So we don't want to approve that until we have the money. That's
So-
about.
Yeah, so I provided banking information to the USDA to deposit that money to ACH it to us, and I received a 0 deposit, which John McGee said was a test from from them, that it's how they get approval from your bank to put money in.
I didn't want to tell them people up in Lafayette, yeah, go ahead and order $12,000 worth of equipment before we had the money. So as soon as we know we have that, then we'll order it. The last thing has to do with properties. So it seems as if, like a lot of other things, when you go to talk to people, they tell you what you want to hear. So when you go around and talk to them, say, hey, you got trash in your yard, need you to clean it up. Got trash in your yard, need you to clean it up. They're like, sure, yeah, I'll get to it, but they never do. So I made this up and talked to Natalie about it, and then 2 weeks ago, I went and handed out 12. I wrote 12 of these in one day, and Natalie mailed them out for me. Basically, it's a very simple blank form that I fill out in lieu of talking to people. Now, this is pre-property affidavit. It's just a notice to let them know that they're in violation. So instead of me going and saying, hey, you got cars all over your yard, you got trash everywhere, give them a formal
In writing.
written notice, and I put on there 14 days, and we mailed those out on a Thursday.
We mailed them out on the 29th, which was Wednesday.
So it must have been Saturday or Sunday. I had one of the people track me down, hell-bent for leather, because they thought they were the only one in town that got one. And I said, look, we're doing this because talking to people doesn't work. It just doesn't. You walk up, talk to them, they tell you what you want to hear, and they go on about their business. So
then 14 days after they're served with this, they're served a ticket, is what you're saying?
well, no, 14 days after that's served is, if we want to push the issue, we can give them some extra time. Your next step would be to write them a property affidavit and then go down the legal course. And you could write them a citation on the town ordinance, but town ordinance is you got to get Scott involved. He's got to go to the courts and act as a prosecutor. That's where it's hard to write tickets on the town ordinance since we don't have our own court.
That was my question. What's the recourse for all this?
Right. So it's just to try to get, it's more of an attention getter. And it's cheaper than mailing out an affidavit. Affidavits cost like $8 a piece.
It's like $7.75 for a certified letter. Yeah.
So it sounds like one of the big ones got a hold of you and hired somebody.
One of them reached out to me, and you've heard from one.
2.
But so 2. So of the 12, we've collectively heard from 3.
And when I say 12, the 12 that I wrote were from Central Street that way, across Lowell's Lane, Woods Alley, and Main Street. That's that section of town. I didn't even go that direction.
Yeah.
I
The
took a
thought
li-
was to tackle it geographically, one section at a time, so there weren't like a million of them hanging out there at
Right.
once.
Yeah.
There has been some movement over there on Lowell's Lane.
Correct. That was one of the people that got a hold of me. The other one that lives on South Main Street.
But that was in reference to 2 properties.
Correct.
So I guess we've heard from 4 properties total then.
Correct.
Of our 12, yeah.
I assume we're sending them to where they're getting where their water bills
Yes,
go.
where their water bills go. Yes,
So-
I looked up their addresses and some of them did have PO boxes.
The fact that they're going regular mail, we're making an assumption that they're getting them.
Mhm.
Probably this week when I'm off, I'm going to probably try to run through this side of town.
I was going to say, is this not something we could just put on somebody's door without sending mail? I
You
mean,
could.
well, I'm just saying.
I could do them. I
saving
could treat them
time.
like a.
We talked about a tag too. I told Kevin that in Clinton, I had him tag a house next to one that I own, and she brought out like this red tag and put it on their door, notice of an ordinance violation, and it
Yeah, I
had
mean,
like
we
the
could easily
specifics of that violation on there. We use red tags for like water shutoffs and things like that. So
Right.
he and I did talk about a tag of some sort too.
And there's the company that I bought those stickers from for the cards.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of different door hangers and
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I mean, even this, we could do this in like on a red sheet of paper or a blue sheet
Right,
of
I mean,
paper
I
or
just-
something.
I just
And
made that quick
put
off
it-
the cuff in the office one day, and
Yeah,
asked
and
Natalie,
it
I
looks
said,
fine.
what do you think about trying this?" And we're like, "Well, let's give it a whirl."
I'm just saying,
Right,
like, rather than
And you've had
waste the
responses.
time of
We have had some.
You know.
Yeah, 4
7 days plus
or 5.
for them to get
I'd
the
say
mail,
we do
and then
both.
yeah, I mean we
think-
can, but I
think
mean
both would be good, and because some of these people don't even live at some of these properties,
yeah.
or the owner, you know.
Well, that's why we're
kids
sending
are
them. That's
living
why we're
there
sending them
or
to wherever the
something.
water bill's going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So if they're getting their water bill, they're going to,
yeah,
in theory, they should get that.
Okay.
but we could double it up, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely like to see those.
Mhm.
I mean, I think if we put them on doors, I mean, or in their doors or something, you know, especially if it's collared, they're going to see it.
They can always say they didn't get it though.
Well, I mean, then we send it to them as well. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a double down sort
Right,
of
and
thing.
if I see somebody out that I know I've given one to, then I can always say, "Hey,
Well, I know we've had what now, 4 months, at least 3 months. The last depot.
Oh,
Trash bags?
I'm
Yeah.
about over that one."
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
I,
that's
They're
I
about
just
to get an
drove by it
affidavit.
Yeah.
Again, and
This
I'm
will be
just like,
bypassed. This
that's-
should be bypassed
yeah.
for that one.
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
I was just thinking, if we take these doors to the doors, we can also put, "Hey, Community Cleanup Day is on the 22nd."
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to watch it because
But we're not taking trash.
No, we don't take garbage.
Oh,
We
okay,
will not
never
take
mind.
your household
Okay.
garbage.
Yeah,
100%.
and that's another.
I have sent that away many a times.
Well, the problem with the depot property is they have access to a dumpster right behind the firehouse.
Right.
Well, and-
well, yeah.
That's another thing, like the fact that you and
Yeah, and you
I
know
mean-
what? I've been kind when some people have lost their trash in town too,
Right.
and we've also let them use town dumpsters before. I mean, we'll find some place for it to go if you really want to get rid of it.
yeah,
Usually we're
Right.
pretty resourceful up here, so
I can tell you, I just spent the last Easter Sunday and Monday cleaning up a yard full of trash that I.
yes, for an investment house,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm like, I have no ifs, ands, or buts here with like the trash in town at this point because it's like
I'm-
no.
I'm
It's,
surprised that I haven't had a few calls in here. and
I'm
some
surprised
people
too. I
haven't
thought
stopped
there would be a
in.
few that would come down.
There may be some people that stop in and talk to me when they pay their bills, so we'll see.
On Sinclair Street, I'm back to that street.
Mhm.
It's rough, and the little house that the guy's been working on,
Mhm.
there's a tree leaning on it.
Leaning on the house.
Yeah, just it's a rotten tree.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I couldn't remember which direction it was leaning on.
Yeah, it's kind of leaning on the porch part,
Mm.
but it could cause a real problem if it falls any further or we have another storm or I don't know what to do about that, but it's kind of unsafe. So
I don't know. I mean, I
I
can
don't know
call
if
him.
one
I
of
just
those
talked
would
to
be
him.
good
I
for
Where's it at?
just talked to him.
Sinclair, that little shotgun house that's right along the alley there, where we have our.
Kirby's?
Yes.
Mhm. Yes.
I couldn't think of the name.
I'll have to find out because pretty sure he was involved in that wreck on 41 the other day.
Oh, the bad one or by?
Yeah.
Am I close? I just talked to him on the phone the end of last week.
Most
this
rec
was
was what?
like 3 days ago.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
either
okay.
Saturday
was on
night or
Saturday,
Sunday.
wasn't it?
Yeah, Saturday.
Okay.
The
Okay.
one Vicky was talking about?
We had
I
the
believe so.
it closed
That's
off.
Vicky
Saturday?
was talking about one in Vigo County.
Yeah, she was talking about that one yesterday down here.
Okay.
Oh, that was the motorcycle one?
I think so.
Kirby?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, well,
Okay.
any other property stuff? No. Okay, on to you, Natalie.
Well, as everyone knows, I'm being audited.
Yay!
It's almost over. You
Yay.
should have all gotten an invitation to the exit conference.
Tomorrow morning at 9
It's
a.m.
it's next Thursday. It's next
Oh,
Wednesday.
okay.
It's a week from tomorrow.
Oh, that makes me
Did
happy.
you say an
'cause I will be
invitation?
there.
You should have gotten an email.
Sleep in.
Well, I wasn't going to be able to be there, so.
All council members can come to the exit conference. It's
On the
like per
19th.
state statute. I sent her your email address, Becky. Did you get one from her?
Well,
She doesn't check her email.
Okay. Well, she had
Try
everyone's
not to.
she had everyone's phone number and she had everyone's email.
Oh,
So everyone's invited. So it's at 9 a.m. on the 19th. Bailey will be here
I will
with
not.
her supervisor. I think it's pretty well wrapped up for the most part. She has a few questions for me tomorrow. We've been looking for some community crossings documents from our past projects, and I just don't know. I've asked HWC for some. They've provided some. I mean, what in the early bidding days of community crossings, before we really knew how it worked, they would come and they would do the bid opening for us, and then they would take all of that with them. And I guess I never really thought I needed to get all that back. The thing about the community crossings documents, that's already run through a state agency. That's already run through NDOT. They've already reviewed it. They've already signed off on it. They actually, when you pay them back, they actually send you a bill if you have an overage with them and everything. So, but she does say that we do need to maintain all those documents within our office as well. I don't know that I've done that, I guess. So, I mean, it is what it is at this point. So I have told her I would like tomorrow, after I got through tonight's meeting, I have a stack of community crossings. I have stacks of emails. I'm just going to see if I can satisfy anything else she's looking for. HWC has provided me some of the stuff she was looking for. But Brian Fleck also left HWC, and he was our engineer on most of that. And so the new people have had some time. They've had trouble finding some of that. So that's one of the major things. The other thing is internal controls. She would like to see me say, like right
Like Sunday
now,
watch.
when-
You put stuff in.
well, when I get a check from Gooch's for the cemetery, she would like for a council member to initial that check, that they,
initial the deposit? you mean?
initial the deposit slip,
Okay.
just as a
Well,
double
say
check.
It doesn't do much good to initial the.
Right, just as a double check that I'm
Gooch's check.
depositing that money as I receive it. There's no concern that any of it's not there.
Right.
It's just that there's not a really strong internal control, and I did work by myself for 2 years, so
Yeah.
that's fine. Right now, Andrea and I, when Andrea first started, I was initialing her deposit slips quite a bit and checking her math.
Mm-hmm.
She wants us to continue doing that all the time, so she and I have kind of been checking each other on that. Carol initialed one for me the other day when she was in here, so just a little bit stronger on that. Apparently, and this was something I go, well, you're just gonna have to ding me on that because I didn't know that. When we put that capital assets, when we first hired Scott Craig as an attorney, he gave us a really strong capital assets ordinance,
Okay.
and he just gave it to us. We approved it. I don't know if any of us really looked over it or anything, but we're supposed to annually take an inventory of our capital assets. I guess double checking that everything is still there, and I have never done that. And I told her, I didn't know that was in there. And she said, well, it kind of seemed like a canned ordinance, kind of a copy and paste. So she
Yeah.
said, that's fine. She said, going forward, you do need to do that. Now, it is helpful that we did have Larry Tippin come in and do all of our capital asset work for us, because that was really helpful. And even throughout the audit, like, she was able to refer to a lot of stuff, and she had to drive around and check and see if that stuff was there, and so she did all that too. So,
Well, we have got rid of a few things. And,
not really.
I mean, I mean, just small, like the bucket for the.
Yeah, that doesn't really
excavating.
count. It doesn't
That
meet the
doesn't?
threshold. No.
Okay.
So yeah.
So it's mostly just
right.
vehicles and,
Right. So when we get rid of
Buildings.
like the town truck and we get rid of
Yeah.
the police car, we'll have to switch
Okay.
that on our schedule and things like that. Yeah, that's about it.
okay.
But that's where I'm at. That's what I've been doing. That's all that I've been doing. It's all consuming. So, so I did put most of the totes today. There is stuff to be put away in the totes, but I think most of that I'm gonna have Cliff and Mike haul back to the storage room for me. So, almost done.
Okay, public comments. None, yay. Okay, anyone want to make a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion, we pay the bills.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All opposed? No one, yay. Oh, yep, we missed that one.
I know it's not on here. And so I was gonna put it on there today, but I was like, I'm just gonna use the copies because I made like 20 copies. I
Yeah,
didn't
I
want to
don't
waste the
blame you.
paper. So
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Hey,
I'll
Natalie,
second.
kind of shakes the white money in.
who seconded?
Becky.
Nick.